Good morning and welcome back. Today's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Now, I had another project that I worked on for my other class, and it took a lot of time, and so I'm going to simplify today's lesson, which might be good news for you. Might make it more straightforward and easy to understand, and less time of me talking, so let's go for it. Today we're talking about perimeter. And we want to understand what perimeter is and how we can talk about perimeter as a property of a shape. So first, perimeter. If you break apart the word perimeter, the first part, peri, means around. And meter is just like the measurement meter, it means the distance. So perimeter literally means, let me put it this way, around distance, or distance around. I like to flip them. So we're talking about the distance around something. So if I freeze here and you wanted to know how long is it around the outline of Mr. Sayre, you could trace it. You can figure out how long that is. That's my perimeter. It's kind of hard to do. But we're going to be talking about shapes. I mean, I am a shape. I'm a very complex shape. But let's look at some simpler shapes. So here we have a rectangle. And when we're talking about perimeter, we're just talking about the distance around. And the way that I like to check the perimeter is I pick a spot to start at, and that's my starting and ending point, and I'll go around till I get back to where I'm at. Okay? And if we have the value for how far this is, we can add these together, and when you add all of the sides together, it tells you the perimeter, or the area around. If you wanted to figure out the perimeter of your backyard, you would start at one point, count the number of steps it takes you to go all the way around back to the start that you started at. And then your perimeter would be 1,000 Mr. Sayre steps. We can also do it with other shapes. This triangle still has an area around, or a distance around. I need to avoid using the word area because those are different things. Sometimes you can tell what shapes have a bigger perimeter just by looking at them. Some shapes you can't. We can't really tell just by looking at this triangle and this rectangle which one has the bigger distance around it, the bigger perimeter. We might guess that the rectangle does because it has more sides, and we might try to compare these side lengths. I don't know if that's a good way for me to really do it. These. And it looks like the rectangle's side length might be a little bit longer. And so since it has less sides, maybe it's smaller, but we're not 100% sure. But some shapes you can tell quite easily. Here I have, it looks like the letter I. Here I have a rectangle and a much larger rectangle. And we can tell that the perimeter of this rectangle is far greater than this one. Since they're lined up this way, we can see that this length is the same as this length, which is the same as this length, and the same as this length. So in order to know which one has the bigger one, we just need to compare these other side lengths. Well, I can tell that this side length is much smaller than this side length, and this side length is much smaller than that side length. And so that tells me that the perimeter, or the distance around this shape, is going to be smaller than the perimeter or distance around this shape. Let's go ahead and look at what you guys are going to be doing today. And pull it up. Now, I've already jumped to the first question here. And it's asking us to use the line tool to outline the perimeter of the shape, change the color by clicking on the line and then on the line color tool. So here's the line tool. We click on select our line, and then we want to change the color. Oh, I got to read the directions again. Clicking on the line. Oh, so maybe if we draw a line first. So here I drew a line. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, I'm not on the tool. Draw a line. I'm going to undo this line in a little bit. Ah, now I have a color. And if I click on the line color, I can change it to red. I can change how thick it is. I like a thick line. It makes it easy to see. And I would do this all the way around. I think if you have the line tool selected again, it will keep it red. And we're just going to trace the area around it. Okay, cool. And then this is similar to that question. Think about this shape. It's pretty similar. It's just sideways. How do we know which one has the greater perimeter? So go ahead and look at this problem set. Give it a try. Explore. See what you can learn about perimeter. We'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow. Okay? Until then, I hope you guys have some fun doing some math and stay safe. Until next time. Bye.